Just imagine you just fight the war of your life facing death straight in his eyes, and when people try to help you up after you won, you do the all might stance, say I am here, and walk over to the ambulance yourself. You're a living legend, dude. That's insane. An F1 car goes 250 miles per hour with the same technology as a modern day rocket. When that's the case, the only thing that separates a car from a bomb is its four wheels staying on the ground. And sometimes it doesn't. Today, we have footage of one of the worst crashes in the history of the sport. The kind where the car stops looking like a car. Sometimes the drivers walk away, sometimes they don't. And you genuinely won't know which one this is until it's over. Because how anybody survived what you're about to see is a miracle not too many people can explain. But let's get it. 5 F1's scariest crash. Let's get it.
28 seconds. That's how long Romain Grosjean was trapped inside a fireball at 800
By the way, a lifetime.
degrees Celsius. 28 seconds where he accepted death. 28 seconds that defied every
No, he did not accept death in the slightest.
statistical probability of survival. This is the complete story of one of the most violent crashes in modern Formula 1 history,
Yes.
and the perfect storm of safety technology that saved one man's
This is what I want to know right here.
life.
Because it's not regular fuel in this car. It's not
November 20
gasoline you're getting at your mom and pop gas station down the street for $4 a gallon. Like, this is basically jet engine fuel in a car.
2020, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Romain Grosjean has 9.5 seasons in Formula 1 behind him. After this race, just 2 remain. He's 34 years old, a father of 3, and about to experience something that should have killed him instantly. Lap 1, turn 3. Grosjean qualified 19th and is battling Daniel Kvyat.
Oh, Stanley, your Watchers Talking had vid of this on SXY. That's why. By the way, don't remember at all, but you're probably right. This does sound like something that will come up on SXY.
It's AlphaTauri for 17th position. The field ahead is bunching up. Grosjean is hunting for gaps, looking for opportunities.
Right.
But then he makes a decision that will change everything. He cuts from the left side of the track to the right too sharply. His right rear tire makes contact with Kvyat's front left wheel. The physics are instant. Grosjean's Haas VF20 snaps right towards a barrier
Oh, wow. I didn't realize he nicked the car.
that's rarely tested on this part of the circuit. 119 miles per hour, 22-degree yaw angle. And here's where the nightmare begins. The barrier is designed to absorb the impact through controlled deformation. The rails are supposed to bend, flex, catch the car. But Grosjean hits at such precise angle with such specific force that the middle rail doesn't bend. It breaks. The car doesn't stop. It pierced completely through the armcore barrier and comes to a rest on the other side.
Man, if his car splits in half at just a couple more bro, it's terrifying to think of. I don't know if F1 cars are built to break away in certain ways, but if his car splits up just a couple more feet towards the middle, yo.
With the barrier rail impaled through the chassis. 67 G. To put that into perspective, astronauts experienced 3 to 4 G during launch. Fighter pilots black out around 9 G. When Max Verstappen had his
My
massive
Lord.
crash at Silverstone 8 months later, one of the hardest impacts we've seen in years, that was 51 G. Grosjean's was 67. Grosjean's body weighs 4
Bro turned into Goku. I mean, he was about to go fight Frieza and to get his son Gohan back. Sorry, not the time. Not the time. Sorry.
0.5 tons at
Okay, sorry.
67 G. His head, normally 5 kilograms, now weighs 335 kilograms.
Wow.
Every organ is compressed. Blood is forced away from the brain. The human body simply isn't designed to survive this. But incredibly, Grosjean is conscious. More than that, he's completely aware. The HANS device kept his neck intact.
Nice.
The survival cell hasn't cracked. Against all the odds,
Oh, okay, so there is something that stays in place.
he survived the impact. And then he sees the fire. Here's what happened in the fraction of a second after the impact. The fuel tank sits behind the driver, built into the survival.
We gotta change that. Wait, hold on. Wait. I don't know nothing about science, but having the blow up button right behind my back is a little bit questionable, no? No?
Cell with multiple safety systems designed to prevent the leaks. When the barrier rail punched through the car, it ripped these systems apart, creating paths for fuel to escape. The FIA investigation found that the fuel tank inspection hatch was ripped off. The engine fuel supply connection was torn completely away from the safety bladder. Both of these created clear paths for fuel to escape. 100 kilograms of fuel now has a way out. But liquid fuel doesn't burn easily. It's the vapor that's deadly. As the fuel escapes, it vaporizes instantly in the heat and exposed air. This vapor is incredibly flammable. All it needs is an ignition source, and there are dozens of ignition sources. The impact has exposed the car's electrical systems, batteries, wiring, sensors, all now torn open and generating sparks. The moment the fuel vapor meets these sparks, the fireball is instantaneous. The fire doesn't
literally instant
just surround the car, it penetrates into the survival cell.
Did Dr. Doofenshmirtz make my car is crazy.
Grosjean is sitting in the center of an
Let's get
800-degree inferno, and for the first few seconds, he can't find a way out. This is what Grosjean later described. My body starts to relax, I'm in peace with myself, and I'm going to die. I thought, which part is going to burn first? Is it the foot? Is it the hands? Is it going to be painful? Sometimes we're close to death. We're a bit scared. This time, death was here for me. He'd accepted, and then thought about his wife, his children, and something changed. 10 seconds into the fire, Grosjean makes...
Man, that one thing that'll keep you alive is a family. Go and get you a family. I promise you'll make it through anything.
It's his first attempt to escape, but there's a problem. He's wedged at an angle. The barrier rail is piercing through the side of the car. The normal exit path is blocked out. He tries to lift himself out of the way, but his body won't fit through the gap. 15 seconds. His gloves are starting to melt. He makes a split-second decision, one he can't explain even now. He turns his helmet to the left, twists his shoulder at an unnatural angle. It starts to work. His shoulders are coming through, but his foot is stuck. I pulled through as hard as I could on my left leg. The shoe stayed where it was, but my foot
noticed that. I noticed he was out with some socks.
Came out of my shoe. 23 seconds. He's over the halo. Both hands are on the fire now. He can see his gloves changing color. Red to black, melting on his skin. 25 seconds. He clears his survival cell. The barrier is in front of him. He jumps. 28 seconds. Dr. Ian Roberts, the FIA medical delegate, grabs his race suit and pulls him to safety. Grosjean is out. He's alive, and somehow he's walking. He deliberately walks to the ambulance instead of...
The coolest part of the story. Like, just imagine you just fight the war of your life facing death straight in his eyes, and when people try to help you up after you won, you do the all might stance, say I am here, and walk over to the ambulance yourself. You're a living legend, dude. That's insane. That's insane.
Using a stretcher. He wants the cameras to see him. He wants his wife and his children to know he's okay. But the question remains, how did any of this happen? How did he survive 67G? How did he escape an 800-degree fire? The answer isn't purely luck. It's partly engineering.
Rayon, you just in time.
5 technologies saved Romain Grosjean's life that day. Technologies that were developed over decades,
Talk to me.
often in response to tragedies. This is how one worked. The human body can't survive 67G. So what happened? 2 systems had to work perfectly simultaneously. The survival cell, the monocoque, is a carbon fiber built around the driver. 6 millimeters of Kevlar carbon fiber, layered upon layer, each oriented in different directions to maximize the strength. The FIA requires it to withstand specific loads, front impacts, side impacts, roll tests. But it had never been tested like this. 67G, a barrier rail piercing completely through the car, fire at 800 degrees. And it didn't break. After Grosjean escaped, the fire...
Whoever designed this car right here, raise. Let him have the whole company. Let him have the entire of the company. Whoever designed the car and that system right there, yo, sir, you are invited to every Thanksgiving, every graduation, every birthday, every holiday, my anniversary. Like, you deserve everything.
Burned even hotter, reaching over 1,000 degrees Celsius. The rest of the car was destroyed. The rear half was completely severed, but the survival cell remained intact. But keeping the survival cell intact isn't enough if your neck snaps. That's where the HANS device came in. The HANS device Head and neck support was introduced to F1 in 2003. It's a collar that sits on the driver's shoulders, with tethers
Nice, 2003? That's great. That's early.
connecting to the helmet. Its job is to prevent the head
Amen,
from
Lucien.
snapping forward during the impact. Without Hans' device, Grosjean's head would have been snapped forward with over 300 kilograms of force. His neck would have broken instantly. Death would have come before the fire. His head
Wow,
would have hit the
that's
barrier at 190
mortifying,
miles per
man.
hour, but it never touched the barrier. The halo absorbed the entire impact. The halo was introduced in 2018 after years of debate. Many thought it was ugly. Some drivers complained it restricted their vision, but its development came from tragedy. Henry Surtees killed by a loose tire in 2009, Felipe Massa nearly killed by a flying spring the same year, Jules Bianchi who died from head injuries at Suzuka 14. Each of these incidents pushed the FIA towards head protection.
Nice.
By the time Grosjean crashed, the halo had already proven itself, most notably saving Charles Leclerc at the 2018 Belgian Grand Prix. But Bahrain 2020 showed its true strength. The halo protected Grosjean from the barrier. It deformed, it bent, but it didn't break. And it also created an obstacle he had to climb over while on fire, making his escape harder, but without it, there would have been no escape to make.
Wow, that
His
is
fire
crazy.
suit was rated 12 seconds of direct fire exposure. He was in there for 28. Modern F1 suits are made from Nomex, designed to give the drivers enough time to escape, but Grosjean pushed beyond the limit. By the 20-second mark, his gloves were melting, changing from red to black, fusing to his skin. The helmet added another layer. Combined with the halo, Grosjean's head was completely protected, even as his hands were burning. The suit kept him alive just long enough, just barely. Another 10 seconds might have been a complete different story.
Yeah, like he was completely frying on the inside, man. Like the suit protected him from dying, but probably just that. Like in terms of heat, in terms of struggle, in terms of pain, he probably wasn't feeling that because of adrenaline, but his body was definitely being taxed for that. It was definitely paying the bill for the suit only being able to last 10 seconds.
But all of this technology, the halo, the survival cell, the Hans device, the fireproof equipment, all of it.
It's always some crazy incidents that make people reconsider safety. I mean, that's just the plight of humanity. I mean, it is crazy to think of how unsanitary certain parts of the country were or used to be before, you know, the widespread of the viruses, you know? And then you just see the steps and leaps and boundaries that everybody took after that. It's just progression is always on the other side of fatality. It sucks that that's the case, but it's just such a common human trait to not make advancements for yourself until people start dying.
Would have been useless without the people who responded in seconds. As its standard procedure, the FIA medical car starts every race at the back of the grid. Dr. Ian Roberts and medical driver Alan van der Merwe deliberately positioned themselves to respond to first lap incidents. When Grosjean crashed, they were already moving. They had taken a shortcut through turns 1 and 2, anticipating the potential incidents further around the lap. Medical car arrived in 11 seconds. The trackside marshals didn't hesitate. The moment they saw the fireball, they ran towards it. One activated the fire extinguisher, another grabbed and handled the unit and sprinted across the track towards an active fire, towards an explosion risk, towards danger. Their fire suppression gave Grosjean those crucial extra seconds to position himself for escape, but it was Dr. Roberts who completed the rescue. The moment Grosjean cleared the survival cell, Roberts grabbed his race suit and hauled him over the barrier, pulling him away from the inferno. Grosjean was transferred to Bahrain Defense Force Hospital. Second-degree burns to both hands, damaged ribs, but alive. 3 days later, he was discharged. The crash proved that F1 safety systems work, even in scenarios they were never designed for.
Right.
But it also revealed gaps. The FIA conducted a full investigation and implemented 5 major changes.
Whoa.
Grosjean's gloves began melting around 20 seconds. New regulations require gloves to withstand direct fire for longer periods. The
Nice.
inspection hatch that was ripped off is now secured with additional redundancy. Grosjean's headrest came loose during the crash. While it didn't affect his escape, it revealed a design flaw. New regulations have eliminated this issue across the grid. Grosjean's
Nice.
foot was briefly trapped, costing him precious seconds. Pedal box designs were reviewed and modified to prevent this. A tire barrier was installed at the front of the armco at the crash site, providing an extra layer of impact absorption. These changes were implemented immediately, some even before the next race at the same circuit 1 week later. Grosjean missed the final 2 races of his F1 career due to injuries. But perhaps no driver has had more memorable final act. He recovered quickly and began his planned IndyCar career in 2021, earning a nickname he gave himself, the Phoenix. 9.5 seasons in Formula 1, 10 podiums, countless battles, but nothing will come close to those 28 seconds in Bahrain.
You so get to name yourself the Phoenix after that. You so get to name yourself the Phoenix after that. Oh my gosh, I would have that tatted across my chest or something. And I don't even have any tattoos. You absolutely get that right. Yes, that should be your nickname. Man, if that's not one of the coolest stories I've ever heard, F1, man, is crazy. If you guys enjoyed this video, click this video right here. It's just as entertaining as the video that we just watched together. Don't take my word on it. Take Big Bro YouTube's word on it. They're the ones who put it there for you. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. With that being said, goodbye.